Coach Paul Price, as we kick off our spring series, Coach, you got some good experience coming back here in the spring. Really, a starter or returning starter at each position. You know, some positions, multiple starters here. As you get spring ball underway, what are some good things you saw in the winter that you can kind of carry over here to the spring?
Well, I think the bottom line is retention. We've kept our coaches pretty much intact. Keeping a staff together, I think, is really critical for where we are right now in the process of getting back to competing for the championship at that level. And I also think retention of the players. Obviously, you know, we've got some key players back at the positions you got to be key at. And I think the quarterback with Cal Aiken, again, coming off a good year. Last year, we're very excited about having him back. You know, on the offensive line, we've got a couple returners there that will, I think, give us a real shot in the arm. Nathan Toney has been doing nothing but better and better work since we moved him from tight end to tackle 2 years ago, and he's really a solid player, and I like what I see in him. I think Joshua Maxwell at our running back position has been doing great things, you know, just kind of parlaying what he did last year, rolling it in this year. I think, you know, Tywon Pierce at our slot position, you know, just a real leader, really growing into his own, going to have a great junior year. Brandon Plyler, being our other senior on offense, is great. He's able to play a lot of outside receiver, a lot of H-back, tight end, a lot of motions inside, where he can be very effective attacking offense from almost any run the field. You know, last year we made a real gain offensively. We moved from really bottom of the pack to upper half in most categories. We will make that jump even further and continue that trek. A lot of our touchdowns we scored last year, as you can look them up statistically, were by freshmen. So, you know, that's going to be a situation where no longer are they freshmen, they're all sophomores and making their own gains as far as that goes. So, feel great offensively. Defensively, we needed some help. You know, we had basically needed to, you know, overhaul a lot of the things we were doing and the people we were doing them with. Defensive line-wise, we did just that, and brought in some people literally at mid-semester, you know, that are going to help us. Some of the players that we moved over from offense to defensive line for last fall have been doing nothing but good work. So all that's going to culminate in being better on the defensive front. Once you're better on the front, the whole defense is easier. Linebackers can play it, and the secondary can have the confidence to, you know, take in, stop being one-dimensional, stopping the pass more than anything else. Linebacker crew, it's going to be new for the most part, and you know, I think we've got you know, 6 good players for us right now, bringing in a few more in the fall, and they all have mostly special team experience, but they're very hungry. And Dwayne Porterfield, you know, Dylan Howie, and Ben Price are to Mike Backer, 3 good ones, and at the wheel, you know, you do have Caleb Lester, Talon Fowler, and Zach Roney have all been doing good work, and we want them to be interchangeable. Those guys are going to be special team bound. In the secondary, corners are probably our strengths, and I never have a problem with being strong at the corner position, because that's such. I've lived long enough to know that we've had some bad years at the corner, and there's nothing worse when you have that hole in the bucket. You can't keep water in it. They'll score on you quick and constantly. So we feel great about that position. Safety, we move some people around and trying to get that where it needs to be, and it's going to be a competitive spring. That's the beauty, I think, at the safety and the linebacker position. Got new guys. We don't know exactly what they can do yet because they're young, and that makes for an exciting time. The good news is the front's going to be much, much better, and everybody's better when the front's better. You know, happy wife, happy life, as they say. And if you know if you're keeping things straight, you can get right in the D lines where you got to keep it straight. Special team wise, really, Luke Walls returning as our you know, kicker is a big shot in the arm, because he's very talented. He's getting stronger every day. That was his only weakness, was how far away he could make field goals, because he was very deadly accurate, only missing one last year, the entire year, and having some key kicks made. So he's the core of what we're looking at special team wise. We'll move people around, get that where it needs to be. We are still cultivating the punter's position. There's a couple guys we're probably going to bring in, take a look, and we have some guys on the team that can carry us there. But overall, we are leaps and bounds better where we were just a year ago, and I think that shows in the numbers. We've got twice as many people on the team today as we did that last year at this time. That's critical. I also think the experience of returning starters double what we had from the year before, and our recruiting class, I think, is as good as it's been in 5 years. So, you know, we're very excited about all those three things coming together at the right time.
I want to circle back around here, talk about the offense. You mentioned a lot of touchdowns being scored by freshmen, but a lot of your touchdowns also came on the explosive plays. I know you guys like to keep, you know, track of that and you know, and try to figure out how to get more explosive. So how do you guys keep up the pace of scoring from, you know, 25, 30, 40 yards out here whenever we get to the fall?
Well, I think that we're going to be a little more multiple, and that will. There was a very short time ago that, you know, Pierce was the guy. If you stopped him, we were limited, so people would lean on him heavy, and it forced us into 3, 4, 5 yard gains at a time rather than the chunk plays. Now we're going to be much more multiple. We have a lot of people attacking from a lot of different positions. That will open things up and keep that pipeline, I think, of the explosive play alive for us.
And then another defensive question here. You talk about you guys got better on the front, but you're still strong in the back, and especially with all that experience you got with Roebuck, Keyshawn Hall, and Jaquil Sarn back there. You know, how does those two groups help out, you know, a younger linebacking core here in the spring?
The linebackers are a hybrid of both, and if either one of those are strong, linebackers can feed off it. When you're moving to stop the run across the front and linebacker wise, if they've got to commit two guys to, you know, J.T. Turner or D'Anthony Muse, then that's one less guy that can block a linebacker. And anybody can play linebacker when they're not getting blocked. Every play they ever design blocks a linebacker, so there's always a controversy there. So it helps that portion of it. And again, the underneath coverage part of it, I think, is important. I think we'll rush the quarterback better. Anytime you play man, if you can knock a second off of that pass rush, then playing man's a little bit easier. So basically, they're both segments, the secondary, the back end, and the front end, are going to bolster the middle part of it. And while they're doing that, we'll gain experience and confidence, and hopefully all those things will culminate in a very solid defense.